which is in the printing space. If you could give us an update on what kind of prices there are for BOPET films. We're given to understand that they've risen. If you could put some numbers to that and confirm that.
I think the prices for BOPET are almost following the raw material prices, which have gone up from about 62 rupees at the start of the year to about 73 rupees now. So the BOPET prices have improved first in line with that, and secondly the BOPET is now clearly seeing a demand-supply equilibrium, which has also led to improved margins for the BOPET products across all the companies. And but at the same time, on the BOPP side, there is some overcapacity currently with some of the capacities having come up. So there we're seeing a bit of a price distress, and it will take some time for that demand-supply mismatch to correct. But BOPET is clearly, we've seen that in the last 6 months or so, that the demand-supply equilibrium is now almost.
What's the price, Mr. Bhatia, for
the prices have, sort of a.
Mr. Bhatia, what is the price?
Depends on the product to product, but you can take it as about, depends on the product to product, but we can, take it about 120-22 rupees currently.
And that compares with
what? It's still lower than the landed price of the imported. It compares with, you can say that at the beginning of the year they were still better, but in June, July they had gone down to about 90 rupees also, and now they are 90-95 range they were, but they are now up to about 115 to 120 range now.
And Mr. Bhatia, that compares with imported prices of what? You said it's still at a discount to imported prices. What would landed imported prices?
I think the difference between the landed imported price of the BOPET film and the prices here will still be between 5 to 7 rupees depending on the exchange rate and the other things that keep on fluctuating, but it's still lower than the imported parity prices.
All right, Mr. Bhatia, I want to talk about your liquid packaging plant as well. There was so much of hope, so much of anticipation for that particular plant. So if you could tell us, what is the current capacity utilization levels there? How do you expect to ramp up over there in that liquid packaging plant? And are you adding more customers over there? Do you expect to generate more revenues coming in from the liquid packaging plant?
So I'll tell you broadly about the about the aseptic packaging. We commercialized the plant end of last quarter, which is, and the December quarter was the first full quarter where we had the full impact of that.
Right.
But any aseptic packaging business is a slightly longer business to get the customers buy-in, because as I've said earlier also, that you have to go through the product life cycle tests and all that.
Absolutely.
And all these companies are very conscious about,
Mr. Bhatia, sir, we're running a little short on time. So we wanted to understand, as you're telling us, you're looking to ramp up that particular unit. So for FY19, what kind of revenue numbers can you see over there? FY20, you'll look at ramping it up even more. So you give us some numbers, sir, some kind of guidance over there.
Yeah. So currently we can produce about 3.5 billion packs over there. So FY19 we're looking at about 2 billion packs level targets.
Okay.
And next year FY20 we'll look to about 3.5 billion, and that is where we will.
What does that mean in terms of revenue,
some of our printing lines. So our revenue for 2 billion packs would be about 350 crores.
350 crores. All right. And you can double your capacity, I believe, over here. Are you planning on doing that once this
Yeah, we can double our. No, currently, once we reach about 3 billion packs a year, I think that's the time we'll do it, because it's not going to take much to complete that expansion.
All right, fair point, sir. Thank you so much.
A couple of months to sort of complete that.
Thank you so much for joining in and giving us all those details, indicating that BOPET prices have increased a little bit, but offset by the correction that we're seeing in BOPP. Most importantly, 350 crore is the revenue that they're targeting from their aseptic plant in the next fiscal. With that, it's a wrap on Chartbuster. Stay tuned to CNBC TV18. Trading Hour comes up next.